Bilingue.
Peu importe.
Bilingue, les deux?
Ah, peu importe.
OK. Chaque équipe dispose de 20 minutes afin de présenter son cas au juge. J'afficherai un carton pour les 10, les 5, les 2 dernières minutes et les 30 dernières secondes de la présentation. Lors des 10 dernières secondes du discours, j'indiquerai à l'aide de mes deux mains le nombre de secondes restantes. Une équipe n'ayant pas terminé sa présentation après 20 minutes se verra arrêtée afin de passer à la période de questions. Une période de questions d'une durée maximale de 5 minutes est allouée au jury à la fin de la présentation. Je tiens à rappeler au jury qu'il est obligatoire de poser au moins une question lors de cette période. J'inviterai maintenant les juges à se présenter et vous trouverez ensuite des questions.
Sophie Sauvage, conseillère principale en administration et en financière.
Cher je serai directrice marketing, assurance et épargne individuelle et en groupe financier.
Jean-François Dion, directeur des communications et en groupe financier.
Isabelle Garnier, chargée d'enseignement universitaire.
Charlie Arsenault, responsable marketing chez Fabrique.
Agathe Lacharité, agence marketing signée François.
So are you university letter F?
Yeah.
Okay. We're ready.
The most important, intelligent investment that I ever made in myself was realizing that I was overweight and taking the initiative to lose over 40 pounds and really get into a healthy lifestyle.
L'investissement le plus intelligent que j'ai fait pour ma personne, c'est d'avoir arrêté de fumer.
The smartest investment that I've ever made for myself is to start contributing to my RSP.
We make investments in our lives, and these investments are often intelligent, and you don't necessarily see the payback right away. You don't see the payback of how your lungs benefit from quitting smoking, and you don't necessarily see the payback right away of your RSPs because this is something you'll see much later in life. I don't see necessarily the benefits of losing weight as much as appearance, as much as I do when one day I will see my doctor and I won't have heart problems that my family might have had for being overweight. So we are here to speak to you today about intelligent investments, which is something that your company offers, which is life insurance. We are Key Consulting. My name is Stephanie. These are my colleagues Phil and Shanna. And we are here today in order to help you develop a strategy to really show the benefits of the intelligent investment of life insurance to 18 to 25-year-olds. We're going to help you be able to not only target them, but to get them to purchase. So our objectives today are really to foster brand equity of Industrial Alliance, to increase the number of prospects, and then in turn to increase the sales of life insurance policies. So considerations that we've considered today that are really quite important that stand out to us is that it's generally an unsought product. An 18-year-old doesn't see necessarily the benefit right now as it stands to getting a life insurance policy. This ties into education. The population that you're targeting are not necessarily educated about the three different services that you provide in terms of life insurance. There's also loyalty. So this is something that comes through the fact that insurance companies often offer different bundles of insurance. So they might be getting their car insurance from the same place they're getting their health insurance, life insurance. So it's really a bundled product. So they have loyalty to these specific brands. And finally, financial impact. This is a category that doesn't necessarily have the disposable income to be investing in different things, and you really need to highlight how this is beneficial to them, regardless of the financial implications. So if we look more into the life insurance policy industry, it does have high barriers to entry because it is costly to your company, to any company in general. And it is an industry that is growing. It's really consolidated, as I mentioned, so really there are different packages that are offered, so it's not really just life insurance companies, it's really insurance companies. It's a $4.195 billion industry in Canada, which has 22 million subscribers. So the value really needs to be demonstrated and is required to be differentiated in this industry. So moving forward, if we look into competition, this is where you have the breakdown of both financial institutions as well as insurance companies. So financial institutions do offer insurance policies. This is something that you're competing with, as well as other insurance companies such as Manulife, Sun Life, which has now become part of Manulife. So a unique offering is really needed to differentiate yourself from these competitors so that you really have this value proposition for your 18 to 25-year-old target market. So if you're looking particularly at Industrial Alliance, you are an established player. You have a very diversified portfolio, you offer different things, and this is something that's appealing to different people that you have and really needs to be highlighted. So if we look into today's main stakeholders, which really need to be remembered throughout this presentation, who is important in this situation? we really value your employees because your employees are the people who are going to be targeting customers and be really selling these policies. So whatever you move forward with today really needs to include these people and really consider them. So we have the advisors, the independent brokers, employees, and then as well as important stakeholders, who's buying your life insurance, so customers and their family. So with the well-established network that Industrial Alliance has in place, rejuvenation and really just educating the customer will help attract these 18 to 25-year-old age group. So Max, meet Max, he's our target market. He's 18 to 25 years old. He works, he studies, he socializes, he cares a lot about the environment, he cares about CSRs. He has social consumption, so he's also, I mentioned humor here. So humor is really, this category doesn't like ads that are morbid and that are sad. So nothing about dying. It's really the best way to attract them is not through emotion but through humor. So this is just something that I mentioned here, as well as gamification. It's really something that's more and more popular, that things are being turned into games, into competitions amongst friends, having certain rewards for getting to certain thresholds and different things. So this is something we will touch upon later. Why doesn't he buy life insurance? He's not buying life insurance, most importantly, because he's young and he's in denial of termination. This is something that we don't see as young people being something in our immediate future and therefore see no value in investing in it. There's a lack of education as well as financial limitations, which I mentioned earlier, because some people are in school, out of school, not currently employed, or if they are employed, they have new financial things to take care of, such as houses, cars, etc. So then why should he buy? There are major advantages to really getting into life insurance now. It's significantly lower cost, and it's before Max may be facing some sort of restriction that would stop him from getting a life insurance policy maybe when he's 40 years old. So it's really an investment in his future. So a seamless omni-channel experience needs to be created in order to simplify the process and really to show him the value of getting life insurance. So this just quickly is the 3 different types of life insurance that you offer. It's just to show that these different models exist and they satisfy different needs. So whether you want to invest in the long term for your entire life, or if you just want to get a temporary life insurance where it's a little less rigid than the traditional ones, it's really, all these models exist, and you really need to just take the time to educate your consumer and to get them clearly communicated and targeted. So how are you going to be able to target this? My colleague Phil is going to continue to speak.
Merci beaucoup, Stéphanie. Donc, en fait, on avait 3 options devant nous qu'on considérait plus que les autres. Premièrement, on pensait viser les compagnies. Les compagnies changent, sont de plus en plus conscientes de tout ce qui est environnement, tout ce qui est le CSR aussi, puis on pense que c'est un bon moyen, peut-être, d'attirer les employés à aller travailler pour ces compagnies-là. La deuxième option qu'on considérait, c'était les parents, en fait, les familles. Pour les enfants de 18 ans, mais pour les jeunes adultes de 18 ans, en fait, jusqu'à 25 ans, beaucoup vivent encore avec leurs parents, beaucoup vivent encore sur le toit, sur le ménage familial, puis dépendent encore des revenus de leurs parents, puis pour leurs dépenses, d'école, etc. Puis le troisième, c'était vraiment de viser personnellement les consommateurs, donc viser vraiment le groupe de 18 à 25 ans avec une approche qui est segmentée particulièrement pour eux. Donc, on a basé notre décision sur 4 critères précis qui sont, premièrement, le potentiel du marché en termes de grandeur, en termes d'utilisateurs possibles. Deuxièmement, la facilité de conversion, en fait, savoir si on peut convertir des utilisateurs déjà existants pour d'autres compagnies ou des utilisateurs qui n'étaient peut-être pas intéressés au moment même à avoir une assurance vie. Le troisième était la durabilité, puisqu'on veut les garder plus longtemps que juste pour une assurance vie en fait temporaire. Puis le quatrième, c'était vraiment le timeliness, en fait, qui est d'arriver au bon moment. Parce que si quelqu'un a un engagement déjà avec une compagnie d'assurance maladie et tout, ça va être plus difficile pour lui de changer, il y a des engagements, il y a des contrats, on ne pourra pas nécessairement faire le transfert. Donc si on regarde notre matrix de décision, on peut voir qu'au niveau du potentiel de marché, les compagnies et les consommateurs sont les plus importants. C'est sûr qu'au niveau des parents, on est un petit peu limité, puisqu'il faut viser les parents qui ont les revenus pour payer l'assurance à leurs enfants. Pour la conversion, ça va être un défi pour les 3, c'est sûr, sauf qu'on pense que c'est faisable. Par contre, au niveau des compagnies et des parents, parfois, il va y avoir des engagements avec des compagnies qui leur sont propres et avec lesquelles ils ont peut-être des contrats depuis quelques années qui sont engagés avec ces compagnies-là. Au niveau de la durabilité, on pense que les compagnies et les consommateurs peuvent avoir un effet plus à plus long terme, puisque les parents un jour vont décider d'arrêter, peut-être de couper les ponts de leurs enfants, les laisser libres. Puis finalement, au niveau de la timeliness, on pense vraiment que c'est les consommateurs qui ont l'avantage parce que au niveau des compagnies, ils ont souvent des engagements avec des grosses firmes, puis c'est difficile de bouger ces contrats-là, c'est difficile de changer tous ces arrangements-là. Et pour les parents, c'est la même chose. Ils ont des arrangements aussi, fait que c'est difficile. On a donc choisi de viser personnellement les consommateurs de 18 à 25 ans. On vous recommande de faire une tactique marketing et communication qui est vraiment ancrée vers cet objectif-là. Je vais laisser Shannon vous expliquer un petit peu la tactique.
So now that we've outlined exactly what our recommendation, we need to set out a specific objective as to what we want to communicate with your consumers. So first and foremost, we wanted to really focus on the fact that this is a relevant product. It's not just for people who are aging. It's really the best time to buy your life insurance is when you are younger. The communication message that we wanted to put forth is that Industrial Alliance is your trusted life partner, but not only that, it's also the best in terms of simplicity, in terms of convenience, and also in terms of customizability. So, Industrial Alliance, your intelligent alliance, or Interalliance, votre alliance intelligente. This is really going to be encompassing what we want to put forth, is that this is a smart investment in your future, and this is also going to be an integrated approach that's going to be utilizing all of your smart technologies, and it's really going to be making for that seamless omni-channel experience. So how exactly are we going to do this? We've decided to split this up into 3 separate phases. The first is called our prospecting. So this is essentially where you're going to be putting everything in place. You want to have your mobile application that's going to be launched, which I'm going to talk to you about in a second. You're going to have your online experience that's going to be developed. And you're also going to be focusing on PR, so a launch party for your key stakeholders. In terms of customization, we're going to be actually launching this application. But also we want to get that interaction from your consumers. So really we wanted to generate a contest both internal and external so that you're motivating your employees and that you're actually getting people to interact with your brand. Advertising campaign, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this in the future. And also coverage is going to be your long-term phase. So these are essentially ideas that we think are really going to be able to grow your company in the year and moving forward. So if we look at your application, so what exactly is this going to entail? We know that there are multiple applications at our disposal, so why are people going to pick yours? Well, yours is going to be a smart application. So first, when you log in, you're going to have your profiling. So you're going to be asking people about what their coverage needs are, what their budgets are, really getting a sense of who they are as a person. And then, of course, you're going to be able to use this in your marketing later on. So this is actually going to be essential for you for data collection because you're going to be getting all of their contact information so that if ever for any reason they stop interacting with this application, you actually have a way to go and communicate with them again and get their interest with a more specific offer. You're going to have a savings tracker where you're going to be actually showing them how much they're saving depending on their spending. And every time that they're going to reach a certain amount, they're going to get a little token, which is the aspect of gamification that Stephanie mentioned a little bit earlier on. What we thought would be very interesting for you is that fact that as an insurance company, the healthier that you are, the lower your premium. So why not integrate different sorts of health sensors, such as the Nike Fuel Bands or even the Fitbit, and really integrating this in your application so that you can see how healthy they are, how active your users are, and then actually use this information to give them discounts in the future. And this is really going to get people involved in your application. Not only are they going to be working out more, but they're also going to be reaping the benefits of actually leading a healthy lifestyle. Your intelligent rewards are in terms of partnerships. So we've outlined some key partners that we think you could actually affiliate with who would be able to give you certain discounts for your consumers. And then this would also be very beneficial for them as well because we know that people who are millennials, they really like these rewards. So this is a great way to get their attention. And you're also going to have my Industrial Alliance portfolio on this application. So if they have their mutual funds with you, it's going to be on there. If they're trading, it's going to be on there. Everything is going to be integrated for a seamless experience. And also on top of this, we know that you are highly involved in your community and we want to have community posts. So you want people to be aware of what you're doing because this is something that they do care about. And you also want to have an event notification. So if you're attending an event, you want them to know so that they can come and join you on this event. For the prospecting phase, you're also going to be focusing online. So of course we were thinking search engine optimization, search engine marketing. You really want to be the first to show up in anything that has to do with saving money, smart, intelligent investments, or anything of this sort. You really want to come up first because you are first. Public relations, we're going to have intelligent ambassadors. So these are people who are going to be going around showcasing your new application and really getting those downloads in and showing them all of the different new trends that you're starting with the gamification and really getting that excitement building. the PR in this phase is actually going to be the launch event. So you're going to have your intelligent investors, your employees, and you're also going to have your independent brokers all come to your head office, wherever it is, and you're going to give a select few of them full gear of industrial alliance. You're going to have sensors on them, heart rate monitors, and you're going to get them to perform a certain physical activity. So you're going to be able to show you, how fit they are, and then show them how their premium would be affected in terms of that. So you're going to get all of your employees on board, all of your independents brokers on board, and everybody's going to be pushing your new life insurance, and they're going to be excited about it as well. So if we move on to the next phase, which is your customization, this is from 4 to 8 months, and this is where you're launching your ad campaign. So of course we're going traditional, we're also going online because this is where your target is. This is where Max is. In terms of the actual ads themselves, we wanted to hit them with more of a humorous approach. So we wanted to compare intelligent decisions versus not so intelligent decisions, such as jumping out of an airplane without a parachute. And then it would be branded IA, Your Intelligent Advice Alliance. Out of home, we're really focusing in bars, cinemas, anywhere that really those maxes would be. And online, you wanted to really integrate it again with the whole gamification aspect. So we're thinking apps such as QuizUp or Trivia Quiz, where people are really doing all of these intelligence tests already online. It's a perfect area for you. So for PR, once again, we have those intelligent ambassadors, but we also wanted you to be present at certain key events. So events such as Spartan races or even the Ironman, so ones that are really promoting that healthy lifestyle, those are definitely up your alley and worth discovering for you. Your contest, we're having one that's internal, so the 5 best salespeople are going to be invited to go to California, which is essentially the intelligence center with Silicon Valley, of course. And external, we're looking at having people win a 10-year insurance policy if they can actually share their most intelligent decision on social media. So you're really going to be getting a larger aspect of that as well. I'm going to let Phil talk to you a little bit more about your coverage phase and where you're going the next year.
Parfait. Donc, dans le long terme, en fait, qu'est-ce qu'on veut, c'est garder nos utilisateurs puis vraiment maximiser les revenus qu'on peut faire avec, sans non plus ces aliéner puis aliéner notre autre base de clients. Donc, premièrement, on va regarder pour les partenariats qu'on peut faire. Il y a plusieurs partenariats qu'on peut penser, des trucs qui sont plus jeunes. Pixie, je sais qu'Industrial Alliance avait amené la couverture pour Uber au terme de l'assurance automobile. Fait que peut-être un partenariat avec Uber au niveau de la nourriture, des chocolats favoris de ce monde ou des Freshie ou d'autres compagnies comme ça qui sont un petit peu plus dans nos valeurs. Puis au niveau du fitness, c'est sûr qu'avec les gyms, puis le concept des Fitbit, des Full Band et tout, on peut vraiment aller maximiser ce concept-là, puis aller peut-être donner des abonnements gratuits quand quelqu'un performe bien, ou vraiment des rabais, des trucs comme ça, puis maximiser vraiment nos relations avec les partenaires. On va aussi essayer de faire des upsells, puis des cross-selling. Il faut vraiment être assez prudent avec ça, parce qu'on ne veut pas non plus, comme on explique plutôt, perdre cette base de clients-là. Fait qu'on va faire ça intelligemment par rapport à leurs activités, par rapport à qu'est-ce qu'ils voient, qu'est-ce qui les intéresse sur notre application, comme service en général. Puis vraiment essayer de faire des suggestions qui sont intelligentes, vraiment agir comme le consultant que la nouvelle génération peut avoir et non le vendeur à pression. On va aussi créer un programme de référencement, en fait, pendant lequel les utilisateurs présents pourront obtenir une commission ou une récompense par rapport aux personnes qui vont amener sur l'application. Ça va permettre de maximiser vraiment les revenus. Puis, on sait que la génération Y, c'est une génération qui parle, c'est une génération qui communique, puis qui aime ça, avoir la validation des autres. Donc, on sait que si on est l'avis des autres amis, du monde sur les réseaux sociaux et tout, puis qu'on peut partager des codes, un peu comme Uber avait fait avec les codes de partage et tout, c'est vraiment d'aller chercher l'ensemble de la communauté puis de faire, en fait, une campagne d'awareness qui ne nous coûte pas grand-chose, autre qu'une commission sur un profit qu'on va avoir plus tard. Finalement, on voudrait regarder les options pour tout ce qui est intégration au niveau des applications médicales. Donc, on sait qu'il y a plusieurs applications médicales au niveau du cœur, de l'attention et tout, puis on pense qu'on pourrait créer une application qui est encore plus amplifiée, puis qui pourrait maximiser toutes ces applications-là, puis créer un profil complet qui nous permettrait d'avoir un revenu, pas un revenu en fait, une maximisation du profil du client. Vous nous aviez indiqué de ne pas faire de budget, mais on a fait un peu, juste pour vous montrer un peu le breakdown qu'on avait un peu dans notre campagne. On pourra passer au travers pendant les questions et réponses, mais on a chiffré ça environ 3 millions de dollars, principalement dans des publicités online, mobiles et tout, puis vraiment au niveau du développement d'applications aussi. Donc je vais laisser Stéphanie vous expliquer notre revenu qu'on en tire.
So, what's the value in this for you? What do you get out of acquiring these customers? I've had to make some financial assumptions because of the limitation of numbers in the case. But assuming a $1,000 per year policy that you would be able to target and getting 20,000 new policies would mean that you'd have $20 million in revenue per year. With the investment of the $2.955 million, this would mean an ROI for you of 5.77, which is something that's relatively good moving forward. So if we look today at these intelligent investments that we've made in our lives, the intelligent investment that Philip has made to stop smoking, the intelligent investment that Shanna has made to invest in RSPs and mine to lose weight, these are all different intelligent investments that we encourage 18 to 25-year-olds to continue to invest intelligently by getting life insurance. We've touched upon our objectives of fostering band equity, increasing the number of prospects, as well as increasing these prospects to turn them directly into sales. This strategy will help you today to solve all of these issues, and we now invite you to ask us any questions.
Merci. Questions, any questions? Okay, I have one. In terms of distribution, how Max will buy his insurance?
Right, so of course on the application itself you would have a link to actually get your own quote and purchase, but we know that most people actually want to deal with an advisor when it comes to the purchase point. So you're going to be able to actually call them right away through the application and get that person on the phone, or even have their contact information directly there so that they can finalize the process journey with them.
Okay, thank you.
A little earlier, you were talking about disposable income, right? And that millennials don't necessarily realize how does insurance benefit them. And I don't have the answer. Do you have that for me?
So it's really about making investments for the future. So this would be targeted through the different ad campaigns. It would be really to be preparing for what you really can't prepare for. So you can't prepare for dying unless you're going to die when you're elderly, but it's really about turning all these situations into something that's kind of funny, not to joke about death, but to make jokes to be able to target them specifically.
What will be the message?
The message
Yeah.
is that you Industrial Alliance, are the most customizable, the most simple, and the best alliances for insurance.
What would really make Max download his mobile app?
Well, we had actually a few tactics that we put out. The first was email blast, so that we know that a lot of people who are currently navigating your website, you already have this information of these individuals, or people who are also purchasing mutual funds or TFSAs. You all have that information, so you can send out an email blast, introduce them to the new application, and get them to download it there. But in terms of all of your new applicants, really being present with your ambassadors, but also at your events, and getting people really to download it like this, and also through our ad campaign and the contest. These are all ways that would really get them to add your application.
So would you download this mobile app yourself?
Yeah.
And would you buy an insurance?
Would I buy an insurance? Yeah, because the great thing about your insurance is that it really fits everyone. So even any sort of budget that you have, there's always the best quote for you. What's really cool about our application, the reason I would download it myself, is the fact that I like working out. I like being rewarded for the things that I do. So when you're linking that to an insurance and really linking that health benefit to the insurance, I think you're really going to be able to maximize your potential and really reach that target. I don't know if I'm speaking for myself or you.
On va le faire en bilingue, puisque vous l'avez présenté en bilingue. Vous êtes très axé sur l'amélioration de la santé, entraînement et ce genre de choses, mais c'est pas tous les jeunes qui ont envie de faire du sport, qui ont envie de s'entraîner, qui ont envie de compter leurs pas et autres. Donc tous les autres, vous allez les chercher comment?
Alors c'est vraiment une grande partie de ça, c'est le fait que c'est customizable. Vous pouvez vraiment faire le plan, peu importe. C'est vraiment spécifique d'être capable d'aller trouver ceux qui sont plus sportifs, plus actifs. Mais par rapport à la beauté de cette idée, c'est que c'est vraiment, ça montre que peu importe votre budget, peu importe vos préférences, vous pouvez vraiment trouver votre plan parfait pour vous.
De plus, si je peux juste... je suis désolée. Sur l'application, il va y avoir une option aussi pour voir combien d'argent vous avez sauvé aussi. Donc ça va être un tracker aussi qui va être très bénéficiaire aussi pour les personnes qui ne sont pas nécessairement axées sur le bien-être, mais aussi, j'avais un autre.
Pour finaliser, je dirais que, en fait, on coupe un petit peu l'étape qui déplaît un peu à notre génération, qui est d'interagir avec un vendeur un petit peu plus à la commission, pas nécessairement avec une structure un peu plus agressive. On coupe cette partie-là en ayant toute l'information pour qu'on peut arriver avec une réponse qui est déjà un peu plus adaptée à ses besoins. Fait qu'on coupe vraiment la première étape, puis ça lui donne un petit peu confiance, puis ça ne l'oblige pas non plus à avoir cette côte-là, mais il va être plus intéressé à nous écouter parce qu'il sait qu'on l'a écouté avant. Fait que c'est vraiment de lui montrer un peu les avantages qu'il peut y avoir.
Puis au niveau des partenaires aussi, c'est sûr on n'était pas juste focusé sur le bien-être, on avait aussi la transportation, des choses comme ça qui sont vraiment nécessaires pour tout le monde.
Je sais qu'il faut faire des choix parce que vous n'avez pas beaucoup de temps pour préparer, mais vos parents, ils avaient des points jaunes un peu partout dans votre matrice. Donc, il y a un intérêt. Est-ce que, comme ça, out of the blue, vous voyez un moyen de les intégrer ou c'est même pas la peine d'essayer?
Je crois que ça peut arriver par ricochet. Je crois qu'on va chercher les jeunes, on peut aller chercher les parents aussi, mais le contraire n'est pas nécessairement vrai. En termes de les personnes qui ont des parents qui ont les moyens de leur offrir ça, ils vont pouvoir être sollicités.